Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another plan with me inside my 52 weeks of Halloween planner using this cute like squad ghouls kit from A River and Ink. I don't know if this kit is still up in her shop. I think it is, but I'm not 100% positive. I've had this since middle of last year, I want to say. So we are going to be planning for October 2nd through the 8th. I do know that it's like October 6th when you guys are like watching this. I get that, but you know what? We're going to be getting ahead because at the end of October, we have the October Halloween spread happening. So there's that. And then in November, we have the Thanksgiving kit. So both of these kits and their boxes are still up in the shop, so don't worry. And then pretty soon we're going to be doing December's. So we're actually going to be getting further ahead than what we have been, which is really, really nice towards the end of the year because then I get to work on stuff for next year. Okay, so it currently is September 30th when I am filming this, so none of my kids' memory keeping is in the spread here except for what dinner is going to be that night. And then this is what it all looked like. So I used foil from Planner Pixie Co. This kit is up in the shop. It's Salem Sisters. I believe it's in the clearance section is what I want to say. And then you have Boo and Morty, and then you have a couple other character stickers from La La Land Studio and Papershire, I want to say, just to round out the Halloween stuff going on. And yeah, I mean, look at that. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so let's see. What are we gonna do? What I'm gonna do? All right, let's jump into it. I'm just kind of, oh, I need some inspiration. Okay, so I did a spread. Yes, remember the spread that I did where I added in the deco? Let's see. I have deco again, okay, that I want to add in and do a lot like what I did in this spread. What was this? This was the end of August. So that is what I'm aiming for, is doing something like this again. Okay, so let's get into it. October 2nd through the 8th. There we go. All right. Whew. It has been a whirlwind of a weekend. It has been a whirlwind of a month. It's just been so crazy. We have guests coming in next week, which if you watched my Monday video, you would already know that because I talked about these friends of mine. I don't know if they want to be seen on social media or not, so I'll have to ask them when they get in here. But if they do, then I will most definitely take pictures and upload stories when they are here, so you can see some more glimmers into my lives. But I always do that. I always make sure that the people that you know, that we're hanging out with and whatnot actually do want to be on camera. So, okay, I need to go back because I really want to make sure that I get this right and stuff. I got to make sure that I have my spacing down really, really well. Okay, so there's that. All right, which one do we want to do? That's cute. Happy meowing. I'm sorry, but the cat butt right there, absolutely adorable, going on Thursday for sure. Okay, I think we're gonna do squad ghouls because we're not quite to Halloween. So there we go. All right, so yeah, if you watched Monday's video, you'll know that I have friends coming in. If, like I said, they want to be on social media, I'll post on stories. If not, no worries. I'll have stories to tell afterwards that I will be able to share. So, but what is going on? First and foremost, for those that watched last week's video and listened to our homeschool journey, thank you so much. I hope I answered questions that you had. And anything, and if you, like I said, if you, in that video I said if you have any questions, feel free to always ask them. I'm more than willing to always talk about our journey. We've just been in the journey for so long that I'm just like, I don't know what people want to know and what they don't want to know. At the same time, I also don't want to like completely overwhelm and scare people away, because we have, God, we were trying to figure out, I think this is, I don't even remember if I said it. I think it's the 13th year. 12th or 13th, the 14th year. I can't even remember. That's how long we've been doing it. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yes, thank you for your kind comments. Thank you for watching and engaging with me on that. I really do appreciate it so much. I don't think that and maybe some YouTubers do. I don't know. I don't watch all that many different YouTubers, so I'm not always sure what they do, but I will just say thank you for engaging with me on this platform. I really do appreciate it, because you just never know who's watching the videos and what you're saying, if that helps them or not. So thank you again for just watching me ramble on as I lay down stickers. So big news happened yesterday, which when this video airs will have been a week ago. We have a permit driver in the house. Oh my gosh, I'm so not ready for having that happen. So we were always in like fluctuation and everything when it came down to, you know, my oldest getting his permit and figuring it all out. So it was like anytime we got close to like figuring it out, some life event, and he wasn't too keen on getting his driver's license anyways, so it's not something we heavily pushed. But now that we are pretty settled here in Springfield, Missouri, and we know this is where we want to really lay down some roots, we're also, you know, and we've gotten kids and activities and everything, we're really starting to find ourselves needing an extra driver. So we did kind of put the fire up under his butt to be like, hey, we need you to take this seriously, and everything. And he knows, and he knows about, you know, things like the insurance and, you know, the cost of gas and stuff. And so I think that's also another thing where he's just not super excited to have to embark upon those aspects of adulthood. He has definitely figured out that, you know, adulting is not always the best and most joyous thing. There are times to adulthood that are very cool. I think we can all share in that sentiment. But there's a lot that, you know, is not fun to adulting. And he's expressed some of that where he's just kind of like, I just want to be a kid for a little bit longer before I have to embark on, you know, all of these things and responsibilities that I am going to have thrusted upon me. And I was like, wow, that's really, I'm going to do this, the black and black on the weekend. I think that would be pretty cool. Kind of signify our weekend going on there. There we go. So yeah, but we did kind of like light the fire under his butt just a little bit to be like, hey, we kind of need your help a little bit with, you know, getting your permit so that we can get you to your driver's license, because we do kind of need a licensed driver in this house. It's just not gonna be something that we can get away with for too long. So he went and he took his driving test, and the rule was we will pay for the first one, but if you fail, you have to pay for any ones after that. And he was like, deal, that sounds fair. And are we having a Halloween party on that date? Nope, we're not. We're just marking Monday with a great like hoorah, we're gonna party this out for the week. But we are not having a party that day. If any partying is gonna happen, it's gonna be the party of cutting and packing orders and things like that. So, but, so he went and he took it and he passed by the skin of his teeth, which scares me to death. It's just like, are you kidding me? But I get it, you know, some of his friends, I'm like, yeah, you're not driving with them. Not gonna happen. And so, yeah, he passed. I'm thankful that he passed, but man, I am I am ready for like the phase of whatchamacallit, of the scary driving phase to be over with already. I can tell you that without a doubt. I am ready for that. But he's excited. So he's like, so in fact, we went to go pick him and his brothers up last night from we have a local game store and they host tournaments every Friday night. And so we went and picked him up, and he comes over to the driver's side. He's like, I've got it from here. I know how hard it is for you to drive at night, so I got you covered, Mom. He's so excited, which I'm glad. I'm glad that he's excited, but I'm not excited for. Okay, so let's see. We've got, one of those and one of those. Okay. I'm not excited for insurance costs to go up. I'm not excited for having to get another vehicle. I mean, we're going to have to get a couple of vehicles anyways. So my husband's vehicle is failing on him. So we need to replace that vehicle. And then obviously, him needing a vehicle. Oh, I'm like, that's a lot of expenses all at once. I do not know how parents do this. And I did not plan my kids being like their ages. I did not plan it well. It was great when they were young, you guys. So great when they were young. Now, mind you, all of my kids are 26 months apart from each other. So you have my oldest, and then 26 months later, you have my second, and then 26 months later, you have my third, and then 26, almost 27 months later, you have my fourth. I thought I was doing something so amazing and so great. I'm not kidding, you guys. I thought I was like, I'm so smart. I got this, It was great when they were younger. Yeah, it was a lot of work. It was tiresome, but they were also like the best of friends. I mean, they still are like really good friends with one another. But man, I did not plan it out with how expensive they were going to be with all the eating that they do. And I really did not think about insurance costs, car costs, having all of them, having 2 driving at the same time, and then 3 driving at the same time. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how much I'm like, I messed this up. We messed this up so bad. What in the world were we thinking? Oh my gosh, we were not thinking at all. So, funny thing though, my second born, he is very much like, I'm not driving with him. I don't trust him. And we're like, why not? And he's like, 'cause he's my brother, and he, I don't know if he's gonna like want to take me down with him. And I'm like, wow, the trust issues there, man, and stuff. And so he doesn't even want to go get his permit. He's old enough to go get his permit, and we kind of are the mindset that we don't want to force them into getting something that they don't necessarily have to get. I mean, we have a pretty decent public transportation around here, and I think if that was something that he needed to do, he would be just fine and be able to navigate that just well. So But we're like, you do have the ability to get your permit right now if you'd like. And he's like, nope, I'm good. So if you see me keep flipping this, it's just because I'm trying to just mimic the same layout because it just was so good that week. And I don't want to like miss out on that goodness going on there. So, but yeah. So he has no desire to get his permit. We'll see what happens when he's about 17. He may decide differently, but right now he just turned 15, so he has no desire and stuff. But oh gosh. But I will say that, I mean, it is that just double-edged sword of everything. Like, I'm really excited that, you know, I'm going to have another driver in the house soon. One that can take, you know, siblings to events, one that can run to the store for me, all that stuff. So I am kind of really excited for that, and everything. So I can't be like total Debbie Downer, because like last night, it would have been really, really nice to have had somebody who could take, you know, their siblings to the event last night. So we ended up taking them to the event, and then we had we ended up having like a little date night, dinner night with my daughter, because she wasn't, it was the three boys who went, so she was kind of left out. So we went and had dinner with her and everything. So I'll put this way so I can still keep looking at this spread here. Oh, now it's gonna get hard. Okay, so half box. Okay, full box. All right, get my stuff situated. I'm just making things all hard over here. That's just ignore me making things hard. But we went out and we had you know, dinner with her. We went to the mall, we went shopping, we went to Barnes and Noble. Like, oh yeah, Barnes and Noble. She's been in a Barnes and Noble before, but I don't think she really remembered what Barnes and Noble was about. So we went into Barnes and Noble and had so much fun. She helped me pick out notebooks, so I have notebooks now for next year's project. Yep. She helped me pick out colors. I mean, I wanted a few of these notebooks for a couple different reasons. To lay down all of like the stickers, well, one sticker of each from, you know, like functional subs, and to just kind of play around, have something to put, you know, washi in, all that jazz, right? So she helped me pick out the colors there. I want to say that we spent like an hour and a half in the bookstore. It was so great. It was awesome. I loved it so much. But it's like times like that, like if they had just been able to drive themselves, we would have been able to spend some more time out with her. So that was really nice. In the regards that we got to spend some extra time with her, but I really wanted to spend even more time with her. She is the baby of the family, so I sometimes feel like she can get left behind in a lot of ways and stuff. So, okay, let's see. I want to, let's do this. Set that there. I've got these cute little hearts, and I'm just going to kind of fill up space real quick. So, I know this is probably a little bit annoying having to go back and forth with this, but that spread that I did, it turned out so well, and I really want to mimic it. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I really want to mimic it, so that's why I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go back and forth, and I'm going to literally mimic the same layout that we had going on here because it's that good. So that is what we are doing. We're just gonna make it that good. But yeah, so going back kind of to earlier in the week, I ended up having to teach. So at co-op, so let me kind of just go back a little bit. We do a weekly co-op with a whole bunch of other homeschooling families, and we teach different classes and everything. And they have been wanting to do a choir class for so long, and we only ended up having 3 kids sign up for choir. And honestly, if only 3 had signed up, I would have canceled it right from the beginning, because you really do, I mean, that's a trio at that point. That's not a choir. You definitely need to have a lot more people for a choir. But I think a lot of kids are also very nervous to do something like that. I have been in many of choirs. Okay, so we're gonna fill that in with stuff there. So we're good there. And so I felt somewhat confident to be able to teach some skills, not a lot, but some, you know, from what I learned when I was in choir and whatnot. But none of these kids have musical backgrounds, so that makes it even harder. Like they don't know how to read music, so if you were to hand them any of that, they don't know how to read any of that music to follow along if somebody, you know, all the instruments are playing. So we were trying to figure things out. By the second week, somebody had dropped the class, which kind of figured that was going to happen. And I'm fine with 2 purples together. It's fine, because I don't have any more of these. Yeah, I don't have any more of these. 2 purples together is just fine. It's a beautiful purple. But they oh man, I lost what I was saying. So they asked us, should we cancel it or do you want to keep going? And I was very much of the camp now. Like, yeah, we have to cancel this. So since I wasn't in that class for that first hour, I needed to go somewhere else. And my kids did not, oops, drop in scissors. My 2 older kids did not like the class that they were in for first hour. And so they asked to switch. And the only class that was available is their quote unquote basic living class. And this is them, you know, teaching the teenage boys basic cooking skills, budgeting, you know, things when they're living out on their own, how to do stuff, right? Okay, so that's going to be filled up with deco as well. All right. Moving on to the last one over here. So, so I got asked to be in that class, which I'm fine with, and everything. And so the first week that I was in there, which was actually the second week of co-op, of our homeschool co-op, they were making bread, and she asked if I wanted to teach them how to cook something. And so I was like, you know what, let's teach them something cheap and easy like fried rice. So I ended up teaching these boys how to make fried rice. We made everybody in that building hungry. We had such great smells of onions and garlics and soy sauce and the veggies and everything. And the boys ate up every single last drop of that fried rice. They had so much fun. So we made it in a wok, and then we made it also in a cast iron pan, so that they could see the difference between the two and work on the, you know, varying heat levels and things like that. And they did a really fantastic job. They also made a really huge mess. So, you know, I mean, that's boys and stuff. So, but they did not want to clean up. So I was not too fond of that one, because I was like, you're not going to have your mom here to clean up after you. You need to help participate in cleaning up the stuff. And so I ended up having a couple of boys helping out, but overall, a lot of them didn't want to do that. So I was like, next time I'm going to make sure that you clean up your mess and stuff. But oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun teaching them how to cook fried rice. And they got a nice little thing. But the moms were like, it smelled so good. It's so not fair that you did that to us. And I was like, hey, next time we're cooking something good and fun, pop your head in and be like, hey, your taste testers are here. And they all chuckled and they were like, that's a really great idea. And I was like, I know, so come do it. So, okay, so let's see. We have, what one can I use? Okay, let's use this and mimic again on the sidebar for what we are doing. Okay, so we're gonna end up having Monster Mash. Yeah, let's put Monster Mash there. We'll put the little pumpkin down here. We're almost done. We are so close to being done. And then we have our box here, because our box will be for what week it is that I will get together after this whole project is done. But before I do an actual flip through, I'm like, at the very least, I have to have it done before I do a flip through. So, you know, it's just, I'm just making like week 1, week 2, and then I got to cut the stickers. And really, honestly, who wants to do all that? So, okay. And then we have our habit trackers, and the 2 things that we will habit track will be, what should they be? I think laundry and dishes. I think that was what we did the last time. Yeah, that is what we did the last time. Okay, so we need a glitter hair, blue or pink? Blue or pink? I think pink is gonna do it. All right, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So this next week they're gonna be learning about budgeting. Ooh, and my sons are like, oh, why do we have to do this? And I was like, because it's kind of important. And he's like, you guys could have just gotten away with teaching us how to cook everything all the time. And I was like, yeah, but then you're not doing a basics living class at that point. You're doing a cooking class. And sorry, but basic living, wow, that is a really crooked habit tracker. Glad I saw that. That was really bad. I was like, life and living, basic living is not always just cooking and having a good time and eating good food. A lot of the times it's filled with the not so fun stuff. And he's like, ugh. He's like, so what are you going to teach us the following week? And I was like, sewing. So I'm going to teach them how to, okay, so I have some more deco, and I've got to make sure that this deco gets down because it's that adorable. But he's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Really? And I was like, yeah, you need to know how to sew buttons on. You need to know how to, you know, the different kinds of stitches. You need to know how to do a blind stitch. You need to know how to do just a basic stitch. You know, there's just things that you have to, that make life a little bit easier when you are on your own. And he's like, oh, fine. I was like, okay, have at it. All right, so we'll do the boo there, and then we'll do the cat, and then I think we are done minus, there we go, the weekend banner, because we'll put the weekend banner down, because why not? It looks cute. So, yeah, that's what we're teaching boys. We're teaching boys how to, wow, I'm out of frame. There we go. We're teaching boys how to do some basic living. And my boys are like, ugh. I was like, well, you could always go back to that other class. They're like, never mind. So, but we do plan on actually doing some more cooking after we teach the sewing class. So probably going to teach them how to make like a really cheap and easy dessert that doesn't require the oven. And that way, one, they then know how to make bread. They know how to make a side dish that can, you know, like the fried rice, and then they can add any protein to that. Very cheap, very easy to do. And you can switch it up by obviously adding the proteins. They'll obviously learn how to budget, all of that. And I think towards the end, we're gonna, because they'll learn the budget, they'll get some budgeting sheets and some extra money. and they'll have to go shopping and make their menu and do all of that stuff. So we're having a great time with it. It's fun, but maybe that's because it's like, oh, the naivety of it all. You know, you remember those days. Anyways, this is my spread. I love it. The back and forth really did help out to make sure that I got the spacing just right to be able to put down all of this deco, and I'm excited. All right, you guys, if you enjoyed this plan with me, please give it a thumbs up, leave your comments down below, and I will see you next week. Bye now.